Welcome to another episode of Behind the Bar podcast, brought to you by the coaches and clients of RT Fitness Durham, Sunderland, and of course the Barbell Club online, where we take you from complete beginner to photo shoot ready. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, leave us some comments, likes, shares, whatever you want. We always want to showcase how easy this can be on your health and fitness journey. And today we have one of our clients, Lou. She is a Sunderland client. She's done both of our programs. So she started on Team Carnage and now she's doing the Barbell Club program. These are the kind of stories where I like to get on here. Lou, she's 48 now, been with us 18 months, and she'd never actually set foot in a gym prior to this. She had a lot of health conditions building up, knew that she needed to crack on, and even at the age which she is now, she didn't understand macros, protein, calories, anything like that. Always been classed as like a skinny girl, and then moving into more of a desk job, sitting down job. She wasn't as active, so the weight did come on a bit. She'll say herself that she had zero body shape whatsoever, and this is all about her journey, finding how she sort of knew that weightlifting was the way to go, and how she has transitioned into weightlifting. She's actually now done a bulk, currently on a cut, ready for a photo shoot in Marbella in a couple of weeks' time. And it's just her journey of all of our struggles, what she didn't understand, and now how she is in such a great place now and just absolutely loving being that fit person. So please enjoy the show, and like I said, if you can, share this to the rest of the world. Thank you. Yeah, ready?
Yeah.
Right then, who is Louise? Lou.
Lou is affectionately known to everybody as Skinny Lou.
Oh, really? Okay.
So when I started comp, started Southwell when I was 11, there was 5 Louises.
Oh, wow.
So I just got Skinny Lou.
Yeah.
And that was in 1987, and I'm still known now as Skinny Lou by everybody.
I suppose them the nicknames stick, don't they?
Yeah. But it's weird. So a few months ago, I was out with my friends from school, and we were at a gig in Sunderland, and then one of the girls went, "Oh, look, there's Fat Lou," and I was like, "You can't say that."
Yeah.
It's like, it's not 1987 anymore, you can't say that. And she was like, Louise. I was like, "Don't say Fat Louise."
So is that who you are?
I'm Skinny Louise.
Skinny Louise, okay, right. But you're a mum.
Yeah, I've got 2 kids.
Yeah.
Eve's 19, Em's 17, 2 dogs.
What's your work life like?
So, up until 2 years ago, I was a retail manager. From being like 18, I've been a manager, but 20 years I did at McDonald's.
Wow.
Which is really fast paced.
Yeah.
Hands-on, really fast paced. Then when I left McDonald's, I went into like grocery retail. So I worked for Aldi, Savers, McCall's, Co-op, most recently Spar, and that's very fast paced, very hands-on, very lifting and carrying deliveries.
Yeah.
So I never ever needed to do anything else other than that. And then 2 years ago, I took a job in head office. So now I'm what's called a training coordinator.
Right.
I'm crap at IT, but I work in the IT department.
We don't let them know.
Well, I know.
I'm winging it.
I know.
Yeah.
But I know the systems, and my job is to go around and train independent retailers and company managers on the systems that we use in the spa, IT systems. So for the last 2 years, I spend sometimes 7 hours a day in my car.
Okay, yeah.
So I drive So I cover the north of England, and there's 3 of us in the team, and there's probably 300-400 stores. So some days, like, what day was it? Tuesday, I drove 3.5 hours to a store, did a training session for 3 or 4 hours, and then 3.5 hours home.
Yeah.
So my job is basically now sitting down.
Yeah.
Which is a massive difference to when I was active in a shop, yeah.
Yeah, there is a huge, like, I always use the thing where, like, I worked in a factory and when, like, totally demanding job, it was one of the Nissan factories, and as soon as anybody went into the office, they just got fat.
Yeah.
So as soon as they went off the line, because they kept eating the same, like, they weren't moving, like, the amount of calories we must have burned on the line, I mean, the calorie trackers weren't a thing or anything then, but people never realised because they thought, well, I'll just eat exactly the same, and just ballooned.
Yeah, 20 years at McDonald's, I'd never put any weight on because you're so active. But as a manager, I used to hire people at 16, and then sometimes by the time they were 19, they were like a person and a half bigger than they were when they were 16.
Right, okay.
But I was never like that.
Yeah. They were taking advantage, weren't they?
Mm-hmm. Like, they would come after like 6 months, can I have a bigger uniform? And you would just see people expand.
Wow.
Like, they'd come in from school as tiny little 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
And then by the time they were 19, 20, they were massive.
Wow.
Because they would come in at the beginning of the shift, get their breakfast. You'd get your meal anyway as part of your break, and then we'd get stuff when they finished the shift. So it was just McDonald's every meal.
Thing is, I think that age as well, right, 16 to 19, so when you leave school, obviously you're generally walking to school or stuff like that, you're generally out with your friends, and then when you actually leave school, it's like you've got access to money, which these do, so they'll be eating, well, obviously eating McDonald's, but then they can eat whatever they want outside of the parents' house. Some of them might drive, so then their walking goes down, they start to drink at that age, so it's like, if you think of that 16 to 19, like their calories just go through the roof.
Yeah. And when you're still at school, you do like your after school things, like you have your hobbies, don't you? Like, some girls do dancing, lads generally do sporty stuff. Well, some girls do football and stuff as well, but when you get to like 17, 18, 19, you discover drinks and clubbing and stuff, and boys or girls, then that you come out with that, don't you? Things change, so. Yeah,
and you can have I used to have a double Chinese on a Sunday once I had money. Do you know what I mean? Like, it would be once a week with the parents, but then like, that was a Thursday, but then I had money, so it was like, well, I can go myself on top. And that's one of the reasons I gained weight at around that age as well.
Well, I'd never even owned any scales until I started RT.
Right. Don't blame us.
I'm not. But because I'd gone from really active job, so I would start work at 6 o'clock in the morning, I wouldn't eat breakfast. I'd run my shop on coffee, Haribos and crisps, just picking at stuff, and then I would have something in the car on the way home, then I'd have my tea. So then when I went into the job I'm in now, I was still having Haribos and midget gems and crisps. I didn't know what weight I'd gone, but I just must have slowly, over the first 4 or 5 months, expanded a bit.
Yeah.
And things got too tight, and then I saw the advert that Sarah and Alex had done at the stadium, and I thought, I'm going to do that.
Oh, was it that one at the stadium? Mm-hmm. Okay, right. Oh, nice. I was going to say, like, that was going to be the... So what, like, was it the moment where you were just feeling frumpy or what, or like...
Yeah, I hadn't been very well for about a year, and I was on all sorts of medication. I ended up being treated for asthma, and I was like, I can't have asthma at 46 years old, you don't just get asthma, and right, you can. And my kidneys was failing, I was getting water infections all the time, I was on steroids and antibiotics constantly, I was on 2 different inhalers I'm 16 times a day.
Jesus.
In total, I worked out, I was taking medication 27 times a day, I was on antidepressants. And I just thought, I'm not going to be that person who just dilapidates and can't do anything.
Yeah.
And I've got arthritis in my back, which got worse because I couldn't move, because I couldn't breathe, and then I was tired all the time of all the medication. I just thought, I need to do something.
Yeah.
So I did, and I don't take any medication at all now.
Wow, just caffeine.
just coffee.
That's mint. That like I didn't realise it was so like a. Because sometimes people just see an ad pop like, oh, I need to lose 5 pounds or something like that.
Yeah.
But like that's a quite a big shift.
And I knew as well, I'd looked into like strength training and stuff to help with arthritis and that.
Yeah.
And when I first joined, there wasn't any spaces because I knew I had to do 6 o'clock in the morning, so I did carnage first.
Yes, yeah.
Which I still needed my inhaler because it's so intense.
Uh-huh.
But now I do barbell, I don't need my inhaler. It's
Yes.
in the car just in case,
Uh-huh.
but I don't use an inhaler at all now.
It's probably the longer rest times and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a better pace with it. God, do you notice I haven't even gotten to question 1 yet?
I have not.
No, it's all right. It's good. No, it's nice to hear that moment because like that's a lot of things combined, and because generally when people come on this, it's not like some people who are like brand new. Because you've been with us now how long?
About 18 months.
18 months, yeah. So you've made it past your initial 90-day startup. Do you know what I mean? And you've kept going with it, because a lot of people will have that, like they think they have that moment, but then they only say do 90 days and stop. It's like 18 months in. I mean, can you see yourself stopping?
No, I love it.
Yeah. But do you feel as though like you know now that you've like, I mean, even if you weren't with us, do you know that you've got to even like just continue this kind of thing forever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think, before I joined RT, I never knew I knew calories, but I didn't know what they did or anything. I've got some friends have done Weight Watchers and Slim World and all that sort of stuff, and people talk about calories, but it was never something that I needed to monitor or understand, because I was so active. And I always ate like quite healthy. After McDonald's, I started eating healthy, like more salads and vegetables and stuff. So I don't eat a lot of junk food. I don't eat a lot of takeouts and stuff like that. But I never understood a calorie. I didn't know what a macro was.
Yeah.
And I found when I started RT, and I was on 1,700 calories, I found I was having to eat more.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get my head round it, and they were saying you need to hit your calories, but your weight will drop, and I couldn't get that round.
What, as in like, did you feel as though 17 was too high, or?
I felt like I was constantly eating, like every couple of hours I was having to eat protein. And I didn't understand that, so I was probably on less calories than I am now. Yeah.
But that's just you learning the process of, well, macronutrients and calories, yeah. And how do you, no, I'll go to that in a bit. yeah, I'll go to that in a bit. I'll end up lost off here, but no, that's, yeah, I mean, how have you found learning that process then?
At first I found it tracking hard, because I'd never had to do it before.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand what things were. So I think the first few weeks I was like, don't worry about the food, just turn up at the gym sessions.
Yeah.
And don't worry about your 10,000 steps, we'll just build it up gradually. And then she kind of encouraged us to start and track food and understand that sort of thing. And probably after a couple of months I got into it, and then I was like, oh, well, it's easy because I had that for my tea last week, so I'll just...
Yeah.
And then you learn to favourite stuff, and and tracking's easy now because most things are already in there anyway, so you just repeat them.
What would you say has been the hardest part about that? Would you say trying to like say stick to a calorie goal, or would you say trying to get the protein in?
At first it was the protein, but initially Sarah was my nutrition coach, and she was encouraging us, right, try and have protein shakes, and you can get high protein yogurts and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And protein bars, but I didn't really like the protein bars because I can't stand chocolate and all chocolate.
Yes, yeah.
And I had to force myself, but I didn't like it because I don't like the texture of chocolate. I know that sounds weird.
No, not at all.
Thinks it's bizarre that I don't like chocolate, but I can't stand it. But all the protein bars are chocolate based.
Yeah, they are.
So I don't have them anymore now. But now I'm way over my protein every day.
Right. Okay. have a drink of your coffee. You use it in your hand. People always like hold it there until it goes cold. So yeah, because before, would you say like your nutrition was like, I don't know, let's go for example, was it just like say toast or cereal in the morning and then like a sandwich lunch type thing, and not the protein levels there?
I always used to batch cook.
Oh, did you? Okay, right.
I haven't the last few months. I've been on the show and I haven't batch cooked, but I always used to try and batch cook, so that the kids had stuff for their dinners as well.
Right, yeah.
For school.
Brilliant.
And I used to batch cook, and sometimes I would like take a hot dinner to work and just ping it in the microwave, but then it would go cold because I'd get called back on the shop floor or on the post office, or a delivery would come, and I'd probably maybe 1 day out of 5 I would get my full dinner. But if I hadn't eaten, I would normally try and get a 10-minute break in the morning and then your dinner. And sometimes it didn't happen, but the staff could tell when I was getting hungry. And sometimes they would just nip out into the kitchen and stick a slice of toast in the toaster, and then, Lou, there's a bit of toast, you need something to eat.
Yeah.
Or a cup of coffee to sweeten us up a bit or something, or they'd buy like a pack of Haribos and put it under the till, just because they could tell that I was getting hungry.
Yeah. With your knowledge now, do you see other people say it, and do you think like you could do with some protein in those meals? Yeah.
Like, people say, you hardly eat anything and I cannot lose weight, and I'm like, well, that's because you're not eating anything. You're not eating enough, you need protein. And I'm like, I haven't got time to do what you do. And I'm like, what, have your breakfast, dinner and tea?
And are these overweight people, would you say, or not?
Some,
because I'll tell you what, because there's always like this with the calorie equation stuff, you'll always get people saying like, oh, it's because I don't eat enough, and it's like, no, you are eating enough. It's like you're not overweight for no reason. It's like, you know, you're not moving, that's a start. But when you're saying you're not eating, it's like you're not consciously eating. You might say skip some meals, but then on the night you're binging, or throughout the day you're snacking on high calorie stuff like dairy milks and whatever else.
I always used to have in my car, like in the bit in between the seats, I would always have some midget gems and some fig rolls. As my
fig
treat.
Rolls?
I know people think that's weird, that was my treat. For
No.
But I like fig rolls, so that would be like my emergency food if I got stuck in traffic. But I used to eat loads and loads of crisps. Like I could eat a family bag of chili Doritos or a whole tube of Pringles.
Yeah. Most people can, you know, and most people do.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
But now, I don't. I can't wait to have some Doritos, but I wouldn't eat a full bag.
Yes, because you are on the shred at this moment in time. So it might have been good to get it after, but nah, I've got questions because of the journey as well. So like, I mean, like as a busy mum, obviously many responsibilities as well. Like how do you prioritise like your fitness?
I do it at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Because I start work at 8. So I go out to work at 8, well, sometimes before, depending on where I'm going. But sometimes I can leave the house at 8 and then not get back till 7:30, 8 o'clock, depending on traffic, depending on the location I'm working. I have to work away quite a bit. So I stay over in hotels or the work flat. Because my office is actually in Preston.
Right, okay.
So sometimes when I go to work, I go to Preston.
Right.
That's where my office is based. And we've got like a company flat there. There's like 6 flats.
Oh, nice.
So book in a flat when I'm there. But I do it at 6 o'clock in the morning. Then I come back, walk my dogs, get ready, go to work. And if I didn't do it at 6 o'clock in the morning, I know I wouldn't do it after work because I'm knackered.
Yeah. It's, well, you said like you were on waiting list to get into the 6 a.m. and across all the units, it's like that 6 a.m. is just such a hotspot time slot, and because of the lives we live now, it's like, I mean, some people I'll get on the phone, I've got a 6 a.m. like a 6 a.m. session, and they're like, I'll never get up at that time. But most people nowadays have to do it then, and that's your only opportunity.
As a retail manager, I would always start work at 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. So you're used to getting up.
I was, yeah. So for years, like 6 o'clock was when I started work.
Yeah.
So I've just sort of gone back to getting up at 5:15. But now, since I started the shred, I walk to the gym every day.
Oh, wow.
Which me and Vicky have just been saying, even after the shred, we're still going to walk to the gym because we'll get 8,000 steps before 8 o'clock in the morning.
And it's getting nicer.
Yeah. And if I can do it in January when it's blizzards and icy and it's -8, why can't I do it all the time?
Yeah, I've drove past Vicky. When I've covered down there. But yeah, it is like it's like the nighttime lot. I always like there's always a higher turnover of nighttime people.
Is there?
Yeah, like compared to mornings. So and the reason what I always think with this is because don't get us wrong, some people can't do a morning. Do you know what I mean? Like they start at maybe 6 in the morning, something like that. So they've got to do it on a night. But then when it does come to a night session, it's like you've got so many excuses. You've got more excuses of not going.
Right.
So it's like where you said you might have to stay back till 7:30 at night.
Yeah.
Or there's kids' classes, or there's somebody's pulling you in to help them move house, or whatever else. And it's like all of these things are like there's so much more friction to get in on the night. And I think morning people do succeed higher.
Yeah.
Unless they're really dialed in on the night and like that they've made it their life.
I wouldn't what day was it? Wednesday morning, my alarm went off. There's no gym on a Wednesday, obviously, but I've still been, most of the time, if I don't have to be miles away, I'll still get up at 5:15 and I'll still walk to the gym.
Right, okay, right.
And walk back.
Hiya.
Just to get my steps in before I start work, and then I'll take the dogs out and then I'll stick my washing in, have my breakfast and go out to work at 8 o'clock. And that was kind of my routine. But this week, I woke up, looked out, it was all icy, it was -1. I just thought, oh no, I'll do it later.
And
when
we're
it's
in
warmer.
March as well.
I thought I'll do it later. So I went to work at 6 o'clock and did 6 till 3. And then at 3 o'clock, I just thought, I really can't be bothered.
Yeah.
So I wish I'd just got up and done it. Because I was plodding around the streets at 7:30 on Wednesday night and I was like, I wish I'd just done it this morning. I wish I'd just, because if I can do it when it's -8, then I can do it when it's -1, which on the Monday and Tuesday I did.
Which, you know, it is, we've got it, like Britain, we've got it really hard, especially for all of you who's currently on the shred and all the rest of it, like to get some extra steps in, to get to past that friction of getting outside and to be able to just get outside. It's so much friction, and it's like fucking hats off to you, like for doing it these, especially, and it's the most people who do it these winter months.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, because everyone's partied out at Christmas, haven't they?
Oh,
yeah. So everybody wants to die after then, and it's like it's so hard. Like I tell you what, you see all these Instagram people and all the rest of it. No wonder they're all living in Dubai. Because their motivation to train is always going to be higher because it's always warm. Yeah. And always to move, get outside, get to the beach, whatever else. So hats off to all of yous. Like, how has lifting weights changed your body and mindset compared to other forms of training?
Well, I've never been to a gym before. Mm-hmm. So when I was young, I was a dancer. So I used to dance.
Hold on, this is the first time you've actually been to a gym?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
I was frightened.
Right, yeah.
Because I was so skinny.
So,
like you see on media and stuff, like all these posy people and all these massive muscly men and women with their makeup on, and I just thought, I can't do that, I'm too skinny. Like, you know, when kids draw people and they draw a rectangle body and 2 stick legs and 2 stick arms. I had that rectangle body. Yeah. I had no shape. I just rectangle, skinny arms, skinny legs, and I was frightened to join a gym.
Like a straw.
Yeah. So I would never join a gym. And then, like I say, I saw Sarah's video on that, and I did. But I've my friends now go, where have you gotten an arse from? Yeah. Like, you look like you've got a waist now. And I had the body of a 12-year-old boy. Yeah. That's a good way to describe it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. but I'm actually a 48-year-old woman. 38.
Yeah, 38, yeah.
But now I've got curves.
Yeah.
I know that sounds daft because I'm skinny, but I have got shape now.
Yeah.
And I've got shoulders and like under here, so it does give the illusion that I've got a waist now.
Yeah.
And I never had that before.
Well, it's not an illusion, you actually do have a waist.
Well,
it's like, do you know what I mean? You've grew your muscles out. Yeah,
so
of course,
the top
yeah,
half's grew and my bottom half's grew, so it looks like I've got a waist. And I've never had any shape at all.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people think, like when I first joined and I was saying to my friends, I've got to eat 140 grams of protein and I'm lifting weights, and like, you're going to end up like Fatima with bread. And I'm like, no, I'm not, I'm only skinny.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, actually, Sarah posted an example of her, like, I mean, she was like jacked, I think it was only yesterday. Did you see like a picture of her like fucking posing?
Oh yes, I think I did, yeah.
Yeah, well, like, she's been training for 10 plus years, and she still looks very feminine.
She does, yeah.
And the weights what she can lift, I mean, like, I don't know what you're lifting at the minute, but like, say for Sarah, like, say we do bench press, we're doing incline at the moment, aren't we? And she's doing like 50 kilos on our incline. So if you think of how strong she is, but she's not like, doesn't have massive muscles to, I mean, I'm not even big. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, but I'm not like that, but I'm still lifting a lot of weight. So it's like, I think when friends think like, oh, you're going to be like Arnie or whatever else, do you know what I mean? It's mad to try and get that concept out of people.
Yeah, but I wanted the strength, because I've got arthritis.
Yeah.
And I looked in, I don't want to be in like Marge off Benidorm in a little...
I've never seen it, but I get it, yeah.
Like, you know, in the motorised schools and stuff. And I'm dead accident prone, so I've broke loads of bones and stuff, and all my mates are like, by the time you're 60, you're going to be like Marge in one of them chairs, and you're going to be crippled. And I just thought, I don't want to be like that. I want to, because I'm very outdoorsy, so I want to be able to be outdoors, and I want to still be able to go up and climb mountains and all that sort of stuff. And I don't want to be crippled by arthritis, but strength training helps. Like the doctors advised us to...
Right, okay, yeah, strength training, that's good, that's nice to hear.
And it does help massively.
Did you research it yourself then as well?
Yeah, before. And the age thing, like apparently it helps with menopause and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm at that age, so I just thought, I don't want to turn into a weak little old woman who can't do anything.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you're not going to now.
No.
You're not going to now. You're getting...
I surprise myself how strong I actually am now.
Yeah.
Like just doing random things.
Well, if you think of like, I mean, think of when you very first started. Like, how long have you been on the barbell itself?
Coming up a year.
Coming up a year.
Yeah, at the beginning of April, yeah.
So if you think what you were like lifting in those first few sessions compared to what you are now, was that the first? Did I?
Week,
okay, right, okay.
And you were like, how are spaghetti arms? And I was like, I can't do it.
I don't say that to every client.
But I'm so amazed at how much I can lift and push, and like on the 1 rep max day I did 110 kilograms.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
That's nearly double my weight now.
That's crazy, isn't it? You've picked up two drunk loos.
Yeah.
Mad, innit? I love that, like that. And that was a few months ago.
That was November, before I even started the shred, yeah. But my weights are going up all the time, so I'm like, even these last couple of weeks on different things, I'm lifting more than I weigh.
Good.
Which is just unbelievable. And then last week when I was camping, I needed to put my awning away, which is massive. And normally I'm in a sweat, takes us ages, and I just put it in the bag, jumped on it a bit, lifted it up and put it in the back of the van. And normally I'm like taking layers of clothes off, having a break, huffing and puffing, and I just picked it up and put it in. And I was like, oh.
Vest on and everything.
I was like, that was easy.
That's the thing, it's good to notice those things, because obviously as you've been doing all these activities and anywhere, you've still been like gaining strength, so sometimes you won't notice, but it's good to see that you've noticed that it is a thing.
Just like, oh wow.
Yeah, I think it was Fran one time said about like putting the suitcase above like where she travels a lot, and she just managed to like lift up her suitcase and put it on the top shelf, which is something what she'd never been able to do before, having to get other people to help her. So yeah, I love it. You're currently in a cut, prepping for a photo shoot.
Yeah.
What has that process been like for you? I mean, I know we had to actually get you in a calorie surplus to start with, didn't we? Yeah.
So I did 7 months of bulking, which I found really hard, because I felt like it was just too much food.
Yeah.
I felt like I was going to bed in a food coma to try and get it in, but then, so I would put on a few pounds. For example, last July, I put on like 6 pounds, and then I went and did the Yorkshire Three Peaks, 26 miles, climbing 3 mountains, and it all fell off again. So I had to start again, and then in September we did the walk round Ullswater.
Yes, yeah.
And that fell off again. And then I did like DIY at home. I pulled my garden wall down and dug my garden up and laid a new drive, and it all fell off again. And Joe was saying, like, you need more calories. If you're going to do that, you need more calories. And I was like, I can't fit it in. He was like, well, you need to be lazy. To put the weight on, you need to be lazy. And I was like, I can't be lazy, I can't sit still. I was like, but that's the only way you're going to put the weight on. Eating more calories and moving less. You know, I found the bulk hard.
Yeah, that means from my experience with people, like, that means you're not like a greedy person, and like you don't generally, you're quite controlled in your food. Do you know what I mean? Without noticing, like you're not like, for me, if I was given the option, I'd eat all day. Do you know what I mean? I could eat a starter, main, dessert twice, easy. Do you know what I mean? So I have to quite control it. Like, I think you're on the same lines as Sarah. Like, you could probably go without eating for a bit and then just eat. Am I right or wrong? Or?
Before I started this process, I would eat when I was hungry. If I wasn't hungry, I wouldn't have anything. But now I'm like, I know I've got to hit my meals to get my protein in.
Yeah. And
because I'm lifting more and I'm training, I'm hungry. Yeah. So I need the food. But yeah, the bulk was hard. Really. Yeah. But then my body.
What foods did you have to stick in though to build it up? It's like some extras. Was it cheese? Was it biscuits and cheese or something?
Cheese and crackers.
Yeah, cheese and crackers. Yeah.
Because when we were at Pooley Bridge, when we were doing that Ullswater walk, we camped. Some of us camped, and the girls were like, "Lou, you just need to eat more normal stuff." And I'm like, well, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "You need to eat more bread, more cheese. You need to eat more fatty stuff." And I was like, "But," they were like, "Yeah, like you'll have your tea, like steak and salad, or chicken and salad, or chicken and veg, and like you need more bulky stuff."
Yeah, because they're
more
like
carbs.
Normal food, so like really normal, what everyone deems as clean food, is just lower calorie food. And if we all ate like clean, everyone would be quite lean all the time. Yeah. So for you to actually gain weight, you've had to go dirty in a sense. Do you know what I mean? I don't like the words clean and dirty, but you've had to put in those high dense calorie foods.
And Sarah had recommended having gold top milk. Yeah. So I was having that, and then I was making smoothies with it, with a scoop of protein in. Yeah. And then I thought, well, if I make smoothies, I can make iced coffees. So I was making iced coffees with protein in and the gold top milk. But then I was also adding a big spoonful of Biscoff spread in it as well.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. That yeah.
To like build the calories up, and then.
How many calories was that in those? Sounds about 500 to me, or is
about that, yeah.
Was it? Yeah?
So, yeah.
Nice.
Nice though.
Yeah.
Lovely in the summer, but once I got to like October time, it was too cold to have them.
Yeah.
But then other things I was doing was like having some sort of dessert on a night. Like Sarah just said, you need more dirty food, and I was like, I've got like 500 calories left, and she was like, so have a pudding. So I was having like chocolate fudge cakes or ginger pudding, but instead of custard I was using the protein pots vanilla flavoured protein pot.
Yeah.
So I was getting the calories, but also the protein.
Yeah.
To try and boost my calories up. And like you say, cheese and crackers and stuff when I'm sat at the desk. Instead of a bowl of blueberries, I was having cheese and crackers and like loads more carbs and fish and chips and stuff. And
so is the now where you're on the cut, is it like, it must be easy for you?
It's easier.
Yeah.
The first week, I think my body went into shock from...
Because you've went from how many calories to what calories?
So I was on, Joe had us on a minimum of 2,000, but if I was active, I had to eat 2,300. And then I went to 1,500, and that first week, I could have eaten a door with tomato sauce on. And there was one day, I think it got to the Wednesday or Thursday, and I was messaging Joe and saying, I'm starving, what can I have? What snack can I have? And she was like, well, you haven't got enough calories for snacks. And I'm like, but I'm starving. And she was like, just stick with it, you'll be all right. And after about 10 days, but I think, I've spoken to different people, and Deb had said, it's your body's in shock because you've dropped all of them calories.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just saying that you're going into now a controlled starvation. And that's what it is. Like, I mean, we never recommend anybody going on 1,500 calories straight off. This is controlled.
Yeah.
But yeah, that, like, for you eating now cleaner foods, like you've only had to drop that, but it is always a shock of going into that dieting phase. Because how many months was it bulking?
7 months bulking.
Yeah, it's straight in, isn't it?
Yeah. So like come out a new year and then it was like boof.
Yeah. But hey.
It works.
Yeah. And how we're doing on it now? I mean, we've only got
3 weeks.
3 weeks. 3 weeks, 1 day left.
Yes.
We'll count that extra day, yeah. 3 weeks, 1 day left until then. Like, how you feeling now? So what are we, 9? Oh no, we're 10 weeks in.
Yeah, so it'll be 11 weeks. Start of week 11 tomorrow.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Oh, so we're practically 11 weeks in, aren't we? Yeah. How are you feeling? 11 weeks in.
Tired.
Yeah.
I'm going to bed earlier and earlier and earlier because I'm just knackered. And the weights I'm lifting are going up.
Which is mad, really.
But my weight's
dropping
every week. And I'm just knackered.
Yeah. We're coming to the end soon, though.
It sounds daft, but I'm shattered.
Yeah. I was saying to you just before, it's one of them things, it's like, when you're doing like a proper diet, a proper cut, obviously Louise is getting ready for photo shoot. When you are coming into this week 11, you're gonna feel it. Like, how can you not? Because you've been in that deficit for so long. Your activity levels are constantly up.
Yeah.
Your activity levels are up. Your calories are down. Like, you're supposed to feel fucked about this time. The first few weeks, apart from that first week for you, but that's like a honeymoon period where it's like, oh, it's actually all right, this.
Yeah. So I'm probably on, like food-wise, if I go back a year and a half, I'm probably eating more than I was a year and a half ago when I felt like I was chunkier.
Yeah.
But I'm probably eating more than I used to, but because I'm doing weightlifting.
Yes.
And I'm doing 15,000 steps, and I'm just tired.
The end is soon. It's soon. It's here.
I'm lucky if I'm up after 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like Friday night, last night, I was in bed at 10 to 7.
But you are getting up you're getting up 5:15 every morning.
Yeah.
So it's not like you shouldn't be up till 11s or 12s.
No,
do you know what I mean? Like
my normal bedtime would be about 9 o'clock anyway.
Yeah. So that's so you're getting decent sleep still.
Yeah.
So your body is actually. I was going to say your body's telling you, it's like, how fucking.
Yeah.
You're not feeding us. Let's just sleep.
Yeah. And some days you are more hungry. Like leg days, I'm starving.
Yes. Yeah.
And we've done double legs this week.
So she's going to bite the camera, okay?
But yeah, leg days, I'm absolutely famished on leg day. I don't know if that's normal or not.
Completely normal. I mean, I've only been dieting this week, and my leg day was supposed to be Thursday, and I just couldn't be fucking chewed, so I just dropped the weights in it. Just tell Steve to drop the weights, like for you.
He's putting them up all the time.
I'll tell him. This is your warning, Steve. Drop my weights for a bit.
Everything we did yesterday, like he would sneakily, as me and Vicky are chatting, because we're chatterboxers.
Yeah.
we'll chat, Vicky and Rick and stuff, and as we're having a chat, he's like, and I was like, you've just put that up.
And did you do it? Well done. There you go.
But it hurts.
It does, but the thing is, right, you've always got to think of like your legs. It's the biggest muscle group in your body because half your.
Yeah.
Then that's why it takes longer to recover as well, because the bigger.
It is taking longer. Like instead of 1 or 2 days of aching, it's now 3.5, 4 days.
You're not getting, like I said, I did say before, you're not getting that fuel. You're not in that calorie at least maintenance or surplus to recover faster. So you're in the shit end now, but it's only a few weeks.
Yeah.
We're nearly there.
Yes.
But it's totally normal, especially on legs day. I can't be asked for it. And what I'll tend to do is, like, personally as well, like, I'll eat more on a legs day. I know you can't at this moment in time.
No, but what I did yesterday, I knew I'd be starving all day, so I get a bit inventive in what I make. So I thought, right, what can I make? And I opened the fridge and there was eggs and there was some egg white liquid. And then I looked and I thought, right, I could make so I made these breakfast muffin things, these omelette muffin things in the air fryer, just in like a mould. And I put 3 eggs, 100 millilitres of egg whites, chopped up 4 slices of ham, a tomato, 20 grams of cheese, and put that between 2 like muffin moulds and hide them in the air fryer while I went and got ready. Yeah. And they were massive, they were like that.
So that's just pretty pure protein. So this is probably on a leg day.
That was like 47 grams of protein, but it was 400 calories.
Yeah, probably what you would need.
I need the food. You
need some carbs there. You need to fucking stick it in 2 slices of big bread.
But it was like a muffin, but just egg with ham and cheese.
Then stick 2 slices of bread on and fucking eat it. That's what you need. So what I tend to do on a leg day, like, even though I am in a deficit, I try and make sure my carbs are a little bit higher that day.
Is the trick carbs on a leg day?
Yeah, definitely. So I would say definitely after this cut, I would look to focus your fuel around the workout, even have some, I know it's very early doors, but have some carbs before your training as well.
See, I kind of eat at 5:15 in the morning.
Fucking take your midget gems in from or whatever you have in your car.
Fig rolls.
No, what do you have? Fig rolls, and what's the other one?
Midget gems or Haribo's, but I don't have them anymore because...
Right, well, that's what you're going to have when you're going on the way to the gym after the cut. But after the cut, have it, because they actually absorb really fast.
Do they?
Yeah. Like,
I haven't had them in my car for months and months and months.
Well, after this cut, you're going to. Okay, and that's going to be your leg day fuel, and then you won't feel as fucked.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you've ever, when we had the strong events here, you'd see them all eating Haribo's.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I thought that was bad, eating Haribo's.
No, it's
that's what I used to.
Pure sugar's going to help you train.
That's what I used to live on. Like especially when I worked at Aldi, and you might pull around 30 crates. 30 pallets that weigh 2 ton. Yeah. When I worked at Aldi, I was like a stick. I didn't have time to eat. You work in 12-hour shifts, and you're pulling pallets around constantly. And I was tiny, but I lived on Haribo's and coffee. Yeah,
that's kept you going, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. And the thing is, that's okay. It's just like, so for me, my pre-workout is always rice cakes and jam. 4 rice cakes and jam, absolutely love it. And then I'll have my biggest meal of the day after a leg day as well. So it's like it's always tends to be the same meals because I train on them on, but it'll be me egg white and 1 whole egg omelette wrap plus a protein bar as well. So it's like about 700 calories there, and then obviously I'm having 250 calories beforehand, so it's like 950 calories around that training session. I'd probably eat more, to be fair. If I'm having like scrambled egg or toast, I generally have 3 slices of bread after a leg session.
Yeah. I didn't know
and I've had the carbs beforehand. I do fucking say it in my videos, watch all of them.
I always, you would think that carbs were bad, because that's what people say, don't on the internet, cut carbs and stuff.
This is long gone now, carbs, But it's the reason being is because it's an instant thing to lose weight. It's like, say at the end of say when we do water manipulation stuff, that's why we cut the carbs out as well for a week. But it literally just drops your weight, but you need carbs to build muscle. Yeah. You do, and like that's...
I probably am eating more, like in July when I was bulking, and the girls, when we were away camping, the girls were saying you need to eat like more bread, more pasta, more potatoes and stuff. And I probably do now.
Yeah.
But
well, after this, we're going to have it. We'll put it in plan, and we'll put it in place around your workouts. Because, I mean, I will be asking what you're going to do after the photo shoot, but like we'll put it in place where we're fueled for our workouts.
Yeah.
And that's what we've got to think of after this.
All I do is have a coffee when I get to the gym, because it's too early for me to eat.
Yeah, but, and then that coffee doesn't kick in until 45 minutes later, you know.
Doesn't it?
No. But it means when you're coming out of the gym, it's like, oh, I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Not on a leg day. Is that cold now?
Well, I've worked in retail for 30
All right,
years.
okay.
Cold coffee is normally how it's drunk.
What advice would you give to other busy women who want to get stronger but feel like they don't have time?
You've got to prioritise yourself. And if you start work at 9 o'clock, you can do it before work, just get up earlier. Make time for you, because it's important and you'll feel better.
There's always time, isn't there? Mm-hmm. It's just priorities. People think that there isn't time.
Like when I started the shred and Joe said, right, you're going on 15,000 steps. And I was like, I can't. Like, I drive, sometimes 7 hours a day, like, and then I sit at a desk, I can't fit that in. And he just went, you will. And I was like, oh. So then, I think on the Sunday before the shred started, I just went for a walk, and I walked to the gym and back, and I thought, oh, well, that's 8,000 steps. So if I walk to the gym every day, there's 8,000 extra steps. And then for me, extra few thousand, I started, instead of popping into Lidl after work in the car, or Sainsbury's to get bits for the house, and I'll drop the car off at home, get 2 shopping bags, and walk to Lidl to get me bits, and then walk home. And there's me extra steps done.
So it is. There's always time. It's mad because like a lot of people want to do the, like, I tell you what, after the shred, okay, you'll see people's steps drop, but it's like, and then a few months later they'll say, like, I just don't have time, and it's like, you fucking had time.
Yeah.
You made it a priority because you had a goal set and all the rest of it. So it is after. I mean, you said you're going to continue with your steps going to the gym, so
I feel more awake as well, and it sounds daft, but I feel warmer, even though I've done it over the winter, and some days it's minus degrees. My body's warmed up already when I step into the gym at 6 o'clock than it is if I put me. It's only just over a mile away, so I'm not walking like 3 hours. It's 25 minutes some days if it's icy, but my body's warmer, ready to do the workout. And then, well, that's probably why I feel so weak walking back, if my coffee's just kicking in as I'm walking away.
Exactly. That's good. It is always, it's a time. I know everyone always uses time as an excuse, but
you can make time, and it's not like anybody gets an extra couple hours a day to fit the workout, and we'll only have 24 hours. But you've just got to manage your time better and make time for you.
I think that's one of the key things there. You might not have the time yet, but that time, what you can prioritise for your health.
That's your time for your future. Like
that's
when
the
you're
time
older.
for your future, exactly. It's like you've got. It's not about even making the time. It's like you have to make the time.
Yeah. Because like my parents are in the late 70s, and they still go camping all the time. And
oh, nice, yeah.
They've got a tourer and they still go camping. They are getting older and like got arthritis and stuff, and they can't like do as much as they used to. But I still want to be able to do that when I'm in my late 70s. But there's only me. Yeah. Like my mum and dad are together, but for me, it's just me. Yeah. So if I want anything doing, I've got to be able to be strong enough to do it myself. Yeah. So I want to be able to do those things when I'm older. And you have really taken a DIY. I've noticed over the last year, like all the stuff you do, always done that.
You just crack on.
I do. I've always been a DIYer, always. Even when I was married. Yeah. Like, my ex-husband never did anything in the house. I always did everything.
That's good, that.
But I love it.
I'm the opposite, you know.
I wake up and I think, oh, I'm going to pull the banister down. I wonder if the living room will look bigger if I've got no banister, and then I'll just get a saw and chop the banister down.
Yeah. You're going to knock a wall through soon, aren't you?
I've done that.
Oh, fucking hell. You sound like my brother.
Like, I knocked I think it was September last year. I thought, right, in November the Ben's going to start and learn to drive, so we need somewhere for an extra car, and I've got my motorhome on the drive.
Yeah.
And then my eldest's got a car, and then I've got my car, so there's already 3 on the car, and I thought, on the drive, and I thought, well, the Ben's going to start to learn to drive. Where's the Ben going to put a car? And I thought, I need a bigger drive. So I knocked on the fella's door across the road, borrowed a crowbar and a big massive hammer, and knocked me wall down.
God.
And then I dug up the lawn, just chopping it up like a lasagna, just bit by
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Dug it all up, and then I went to a builder's merchant and got like 3 tons of stones delivered and put a membrane down, and like people walking past going, are you doing that yourself? I'm like, yeah. I just wake up one morning and think, right, I'm gonna...
Do you watch YouTube videos to do it?
If I don't know, so if, say the washer breaks and it needs fixing, I can't afford to ring someone out or just buy a new washer, so I'll look on YouTube videos and take the washer to bits or take the boiler to bits or...
The boiler?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's illegal, but yeah, we're alright.
Or I'll put on a message on Facebook, does anyone know how to?
Yeah, yeah.
And then people go, Lou, don't do it. No, I need to find out. And they'll go, right, so you need to do this, and I'll just have a go.
Mint. I
built
love
an
YouTube.
extension on my house.
Fucking hell.
So it was years ago. I was still married at the time, and we wanted to pull the conservatory down and build an extension instead. And at the time, my husband worked abroad a lot, so he went, I'm not getting involved with this, I'm going to France or Italy, whatever. So he only came back on a weekend, and he knew a bloke who was a builder, but he was a fireman, so he worked 4 days as a fireman and 4 days as a builder. And I was part-time at the time, so I got my 4 days at work, the same days as these 2 firemen, and we pulled my conservatory down. We dug the foundations by hand. I had to move all of the soil through my kitchen, through my garage, out the front garden. Everything had to come all the way through the house, and we built an extension. And I didn't do the brickwork because I'm not a brickie, and I didn't do the live electric bits, but all the rest I was involved in.
Wow.
I put the ring main in, I plasterboarded the walls, put kingspan down. Put the windows in, everything.
I think I asked you for something before, didn't I?
That door.
Oh, which one? Oh, was it that door? Yeah. I was getting Lou knows what she's doing.
Yeah, I can hang doors, put tellies on walls, chase walls.
So Lou's going to leave her number below this, okay? She charges double though.
You know what? I would love to be in a position where I could flip houses. That would be
nice.
I would absolutely love that. But I haven't got the finance behind it. So if someone wants to have a project manager, I'm studying project management.
Oh, mint.
But I would love to do that.
Would you?
Absolutely love it.
Okay, I'll think of that. I've always wanted to...
Buy an old house, I'll project manager for it, do the work.
Okay. I'll need to see the gaffer though. I mean, what would you say to someone who's intimidated by lifting weights or joining a gym?
I was very intimidated at the thought of joining a gym. But I'd followed your... I think I'd just seen things pop up on Instagram and Facebook and stuff, and then I started following yous.
Yeah.
And then... So I was always frightened to join a gym, like I say, because I was too skinny, and you see all these posy people, and you see all these women in the little vest tops and shorts and posing with the makeup, and big muscly men, and I was just like, no. And one of my friends kept saying, join a gym. And I was like, no, it's not for me. And then I just thought, yeah, I'm going to do it. I need to do something for me. I'm going to invest in me. I'm going to do it. And I've never been in a commercial gym.
Yeah.
But from what other people say, here's not like that. Like, there's no mirrors.
Yeah.
Nobody's posing, nobody's ego. everybody, and everyone's different shapes and sizes and like different goals, but everybody's so encouraging and supportive.
Yeah.
And no matter where you are or what your goal is, everybody encourages you. Like last summer when I was trying to bulk, everybody else was shredding.
So they were jealous of you.
Like, what did you have for your tea last night?
Sitting like little golems around you.
Oh my God. But everyone just encourages everybody.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, like there's your session, you could be in a session and people from different backgrounds, people from different ages, and just everyone comes together and encourages everybody.
Yeah, I think it's hard, like especially for women if they're wanting to get into weightlifting, even at your age. You know what I mean? It's like, well, especially then, like, and they've been told like you were like you've got to get into strength training, and for you to have to say walk through a commercial gym door, like no guidance, like not knowing what to do, like that's a fucking intimidating environment, really. And if your perception is just muscle men, mirrors, like why the fuck would you ever join that?
I just found it. That just didn't appeal to me at all.
Yeah. And who was your first? So you started on Carnage. Who was your first coach there? Was it Joe?
Alex.
Oh, was it Alex? Okay.
Yeah.
Did he look after you?
Yes.
Yes, he did. Good man.
But when I was doing Carnage, because I was only new in the job that I'm in, and I was only a few minutes in, I was having to work away a lot for my training for work.
Yeah.
So sometimes I couldn't hit the 6:15 session, so I'd have to go on a night. And sometimes that was Joe and it was Alex too.
Yes, yeah.
And you did a few sessions as well. But there was that flexibility there. But everyone was just dead supportive.
Yeah. I think that's like, I'm not, no, I am going to blow my own fucking trumpet. It is, but it is, I think like, because there is small independent gyms around, and there's plenty of them. I think joining those kind of gyms, like if you are new to a journey, like, you're going to get more out of that. You're going to get guided. You're going to get help with your nutrition, and yeah, I think it is fuck the commercial gyms really, because like it's, let's say you as an avatar, like that fits perfect. Do you know what I mean? Like for you to come into a small independent gym really, like where they are going to look after you from start to finish, and you always see the same faces, nice people. Yeah. I've
made loads of new friends here as well.
Yeah, you have. Yeah. I mean, you're hitting the villa.
Can't wait.
Yeah. We're all hitting a villa in 3 weeks. 3 weeks Monday.
Do you know what I'm looking forward to the most? And you're probably going to diss us for this, but I can't wait for me 5 o'clock airport pint.
Go for it. I am not here to judge whatsoever. At the end of the day,
I haven't had a drink since New Year's Day.
Yeah.
And that was only 1 glass of wine. And I'm going to neck that pint of cider. I'm not going to dribble.
It might be 2 pints of cider by the time we get on the plane. But at the end of the day, you're getting your gym shoot the day before, and then we're hitting the flight. Fucking absolutely go for it. So like after your photo shoot, what's next for you, and how do you see your fitness journey evolving?
So what I've discovered about myself in the last year and a half is I like setting myself challenges. So last year my challenge was the 3 peaks, which I'd never done anything like that before. I'd never climbed a mountain. And I thought training for that was walking from Walker Marina to Marsden 3 times a week. Right. Which is 5 miles.
And flat. Yeah.
And it was a bit of a culture shock when I got to the bottom of the mountain and it was up there, and I was like, oh my God. But I did it, and I did it in 12 hours, which was the target time.
Brilliant.
And I like to set myself challenges. And people go, you'll not be able to do that. And I'm like, I'll do it with bells on, watches. I'm like, I set myself something, and I'm just like, well, I'm going to do it. I am. So we've got the 18-mile walk in May. Yeah. And then I've signed up to do the Total Warrior.
You're right, okay, brilliant, yeah.
Which I haven't done an assault course like that for years. But I love stuff like that.
Oh, mint.
I've done the Krypton Factor one.
Oh, wow.
That was years ago. So when I worked for McDonald's, every summer they used to take all the management teams out to do like outdoor team building and stuff.
Yeah.
Every summer we'd do something different, and one year it was the Crippen Factor assault course.
Yeah.
So I've done.
So if you're under 40, Crippen Factor was a TV show, okay, like many years ago. If you probably look back at it, probably doesn't look as grand as what it was to us at that time. Yeah. Crystal Maze was a one as well.
Yeah. So that's my next challenge, to do that.
So the Total Warrior? Yeah, Total Warrior, yeah, that's it.
But other things that I would love to do, not necessarily fitness training, but I would love to get my HGV licence.
Fucking lorry driver, fucking knocking down houses.
Just because I want to be able to be the skinny girl who can drive a big massive lorry. I drive a lorry anyway, because I've got my camper van, but like a big lorry.
That's mental.
I don't want to do it as a job.
Yeah.
But I just want to.
Just to get the licence, yeah, and just to be able to.
Look what I can.
Yeah. I see a lot of people doing that for like a motorbike licence, like I just want to get my licence, and then they don't buy a motorbike, and it's like, what the fuck?
I don't want to drive a lorry for any particular reason, like for work or anything. I just want to say that I can drive a massive lorry.
That's not for me, like, I'll stick to me ironing.
I hate ironing. But I like to do things that skinny girls are not meant to be able to do.
But you're not a skinny girl anymore.
No,
you're a fit girl, okay?
I've got muscles now.
Yeah, you're a fit girl now, so you can.
I don't like to conform.
Yeah, so you can drive your truck with your vest on now.
Yeah. A couple of weeks ago on a Saturday, it was really sunny after I'd finished here, and I had to take Eve wanted to drop me off before the match at the town, so we had the windows down. I had my vest top on. We had Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince on. We had shades on.
Cigar.
Just driving around Sunderland with Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Mint.
Summertime blasting because it was sunny.
Yeah.
In March.
Brilliant.
But I like to set myself challenges and show that I can do them, and people go, "You mad, you? What do you want to do that for? Why do you want to starve yourself for 14 weeks?" I'm like, because I can.
Yeah, and it's a why not? Mm-hmm. Why not? Brilliant. Thank you very much. Come here. That was meant.